On October 13, 2020, Hyderabad faced 192 millimeters of rainfall over 24 hours. It was 76% higher than October's normal for the entire month. As you can see, these extreme rainfall events impact cities severely. Urban development has taken place on wetlands, lakes have shrunk in size, most permeable surfaces have been paved. There's nowhere for water to go. Events like this bring our lives to a standstill and our economy. Scientific evidence is now showing fairly clear linkages between extreme events and climate change. Evidence says that these extreme rainfall, urban flooding, heat waves will become commonplace across India. We have to build our defenses in our cities against climate change. India is urbanizing. Cities have grown to accommodate this population. This growth has been both due to natural population growth and migration. Our analysis shows that 66% of this growth has happened outside municipal boundaries. This growth has happened in piecemeal developments, haphazard colonies, and unauthorized bastis. These developments don't have access to piped water, public transport, sewerage, household self-provision. They build septic tanks, buy diesel generators, water pumps, and water tankers. We have observed cases where people pay up to 50 times more money to access water from tankers than what you would have paid if you had municipal piped water. This lack of easy, continuous access to safe water, something that many of us take for granted, is a service we can ill afford to ignore. And this is just one of the examples of shortfall in essential services. People not only receive services, they pay more to procure them from informal sources. What is clear is these traditional service delivery models and methods have failed to serve everyone across urban India equally. Now, what if our population doubles? Which it will by 2050. 70% of the buildings required in 2050, 80% of the stormwater systems required by 2050 are yet to be built. In addition, coastal cities like Mumbai will experience extended flooding days. Hyderabad will experience extreme heat events. This urbanization in the context of climate change is going to be a massive challenge. We need to see this as an opportunity. This is our chance to build smarter, build better. This is our chance to innovate and invent low-cost, climate-resilient, resource-efficient methods, approaches, and products to deliver water, sanitation, public transport, disaster management to all our citizens. Innovation is essential to meet this unmet demand for public services, our constrained resources, and the increasing impact of climate change. There's no dearth of environmentally conscious entrepreneurs in India. There are many keen young minds raring to go, commit their lives to building products that are low cost, resilient, and will improve people's lives. How do we enable them to participate in this opportunity? Broadly, I see three things we need to do to enable for success. 1. Create the space for entrepreneurs to experiment, to fine-tune their proof of concepts. We need to create incubation facilities, maker labs, spaces for entrepreneurs to exchange with municipal governments and officials. Technology has progressed. We want them to leverage the tremendous advance in sensor technology, GPS, artificial intelligence, machine learning, digital payments, etc. 2. City and state governments need to sharpen their problem statements, break them down to problems that can be solved by many. For this purpose, 1 or 2 anchor bodies should be set up in governments. We want these departments to shape the intent of entrepreneurs and create outcomes that are more productive for the city and its citizens. Finally, once we have these young entrepreneurs with good ideas, proof of concepts, we want them to scale to a level at which they can participate in government contracts. This will include standardizing definitions of innovative or green, framing requests for proposals, documents that allow for selection using a quality-based methodology, policies for procurement from small and medium enterprises, and ensuring timely payment for services received. As WRI India, we have been focusing on this agenda by supporting and hosting accelerators on defined urban problems. In each case, we attempted to enable an ecosystem by leveraging technology, convening bright minds with government, investors, and industry. For example, we supported the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs to host the Affordable Sustainable Housing Accelerators, Asha, as part of the Global Housing Technology Challenge. Asha India's ambition was to support innovations that could help accelerate the ambitious 10 million home Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Some technologies identified for scale up were hempcrete for walling by GoHem, insulation made from agricultural waste by Salttech, and thermal insulation foam made of industrial waste by Green Forms. These were all great examples of low cost, climate resilient, resource efficient products with wide applicability and huge potential for scaling. We have hosted accelerator programs with several rail metro companies across India to develop last mile connectivity solutions. Bounce, one of the winners from a 2018 accelerator, piloted self-drive scooters at the Baipanhalli station in Bengaluru. They later scaled the solution to several stations across the Namma Metro network. Bounce also went on to raise significant venture capital funds and was able to scale its service across the city. COVID impacted them quite seriously, but they took this opportunity to pivot and are now focused on manufacturing and retrofitting electric two-wheelers. Here is Hussain Sagar in Hyderabad. We introduced the city to the idea of nature-based solutions for restoring and conserving their polluted lakes. It was not possible to implement a plant-based, algae-based filtration due to the presence of solid waste. So we facilitated floating boom barrier proof of concept to be installed. This floating boom barrier removes solid waste from the lake, as you can see. Now downstream of this barrier, bioremediation, plant-based, algae-based technologies can be installed to clean the water. The solid waste removed can also be recycled and reused. Now all these three examples demonstrate that solutions are available, intent is very high. If we are able to create that enabling environment for young enterprises, according to me, 100 climate unicorns will definitely be a reality.